curtains move just slightly with the air that slips inside. Golden light is pouring like it's sitting by my side. No headlines in the distance, no hurry in my chest, just a quiet kind of courage waking up inside my breath.
I don't need to chase the morning, I don't need to run. If I take it slow and steady, the day has just begun. Morning feels possible, like a road that's open wide. No pressure on my shoulders, just the daylight as my guide. If I move a little forward, that's already enough. Morning feels possible, soft and strong and calm and tough. Coffee steam is rising like a promise in the air. Tiny things are shifting, but there's patience everywhere. My notebook waits in silence, like it trusts what I will. Small beginnings matter when they slowly carry through. Maybe later there'll be noise, maybe later there'll be speed, but right now this gentle moment is exactly what I need. Morning feels possible, nothing rushing through my mind. If I keep this simple rhythm, everything will fall in line. Morning feels possible, and today will be just fine. Morning feels possible, soft and strong and calm and tough. Soft and strong and calm and tough. I don't need a loud reminder, I don't need a flashing sign, just a quiet wooden table and a little bit of time. The world can wait a moment while I settle in my seat. There's a rhythm in the silence, soft and steady as a beat. No racing thoughts, no ticking clock, just breathing slow around the block. This is a calm place to begin, no pressure pushing from within.
take one careful step, that's already a small win. This is a calm place to begin, where steady hands can slowly spin. A day that doesn't have to shout to let the good things in.
Light across the counter falls gently on the page. Not every kind of progress needs a spotlight or a stage. Some victories are quiet, like finishing a line, or crossing off a single task and knowing it was mine. The rush can stay outside the door, I'm not inviting it in. If I build this day with patience, I know I'll always win. This is a calm place to begin, no battle I must fight to win. If I keep this quiet focus, I'm exactly where I've been. This is a calm place to begin, and that's enough for me. Light on the wooden floor, dancing slow by the door. Nothing loud in the room, just the soft open bloom of a day still new, of a sky still blue. Breathing in the quiet like I always do. There's no rush in this air, no heavy thought to bear. Light on the wooden floor, I don't need much more, just a song playing low, and somewhere to go at my own gentle speed, with only what I need. Light on the wooden floor, that's what I'm grateful for. Pages turn without a sound, calm is easily found in the way the morning stays, soft and simple ways.
Little things align in this peaceful time. Nothing feels feels impossible. Nothing feels like a climb.
Maybe later I will run, but for now I'm staying still. There's a beauty in the slow. There's a power in the will. Light on the wooden floor, guiding me once more. If I follow where it falls, I won't need closed walls. Light on the wooden floor. I am ready for more. Light on the wooden floor. I am ready for more. Light on the wooden floor.
I don't wake up chasing, I don't wake up late. Just somewhere in the middle, where calm decides my pace. The mirror doesn't judge me, the clock is not my boss. If I keep my balance steady, there is nothing lost. One small move, then another, building quiet over each other, steady from the start, strong inside the heart. I don't need to hurry to play my part. Steady from the start, simple like an art. If I keep this even rhythm, nothing falls apart.
The city hums around me, but I don't need the race. There's value in the patience, there's beauty in the pace. A list of quiet efforts, a plan that fits the day. No thunder in the distance, just a soft and steady way.
It's not about the finish, it's about the flow. If I move with gentle focus, that's enough to grow. Steady from the start, calm inside my heart. I'll build this day with balance, and that's the smartest part. Steady from the start, nothing forced or hard, just a quiet kind of power carrying me far. fresh air finding its way through the corners of my room, chasing out the quiet gloom.
There's a softness in the breeze, moving gently through the trees, like it knows exactly how to settle everything in me.
I don't need a perfect plan, I don't need to understand every turn the day may take. I just need this open space.
Windows open to today. Let the light show me the way. If I move in steady lines, I'll be more than just okay. Windows open to today. Nothing pulling me astray. Just a calm and steady rhythm carrying me through the day. Coffee cooling by my hand, notes I slowly understand. Little steps across the floor lead me somewhere more.
The world can rush outside, but I don't have to ride every wave that passes by. I can let it ride.
Air comes in and clears my mind, leaves the heavy parts behind. There is strength in letting go, more than anyone can know. Windows open to today, breathing in the brighter way.
If I trust this gentle morning, everything will find its place.
Windows open to today, and I'm ready for the day.
Just a calm and steady rhythm carrying me through the day. There's movement in the stillness, like a river under glass. It doesn't need attention, still it steadily will pass.
I don't need a loud command to know what I must do. There's clarity in silence that always sees me through.
Not forcing, not pushing, just steady and true. Quiet focus in motion, like waves that never shout, building something new. just the kind of progress that never needs a token. The keyboard hums beneath my hands, a rhythm soft and slow.
Each small task completed helps the confidence to grow.
I don't need a finish line to tell me I've begun. The journey has its value, even when it's not yet done. Speed can blur the details, but calm can make them clear. If I stay within this balance, there's nothing left to fear. Quiet focus and motion carrying me through every careful moment, building something true. Quiet focus in motion, that's the way I move. A gentle line of progress drawn across my day. Nothing bold or reckless, just a softer way. The pen moves like a whisper across the open page. No need for grand performances, no need for center stage. Small steps matter, even when unseen. Tiny sparks of effort keep the fire clean. A gentle line of progress, that's enough for me. Not a mountain rising, just a quiet sea. A gentle line of progress, slow and clear and bright. If I keep on moving, I'll be alright. Sunlight climbs the bookshelf, shadows slowly fade.
Confidence is something quietly remain.
Each small thing I finish adds another thread to the calm and steady fabric of the life I'm led. It doesn't have to thunder wonder. It doesn't have to prove there's strength inside the patience of a steady move, a gentle line of progress running through my day. If I follow where it leads, I'll find my hay. A gentle line of progress, slow and clear and bright. If I keep on moving, I'll be all right. Nothing moves too fast today. The minutes stretch and sway, like they're giving me permission to find a better way. The city hums around me, but softly from afar. I don't need to catch it. I don't need to run that far.
There's space between each breath, and that is where I stand.
Nothing moves too fast, nothing slips away. If I keep this steady pace, I'll be okay. Nothing moves too fast, nothing breaks apart. If I guard this quiet rhythm inside my heart.
A message can wait a moment. An email can be late. Not every small distraction deserves to dominate.
There's value in the pause, in choosing when to move, and knowing I don't have to constantly improve.
The rush will always be there,
But I don't have to race.
if I walk this path with balance.
I'll always find my place. Nothing moves too fast, nothing feels undone. If I move with quiet patience, the day is already won. Nothing moves too fast. Coffee, steam, and soft plants rising with the light. Nothing written in stone, nothing set in type, just a page with open space and a pencil in my hand. Little thoughts like tiny seeds waiting where they land.
No heavy expectations, no scoreboard in my mind,
Just the quiet kind of effort that leaves the rush behind. Coffee, steam, and soft plants floating through the air.
if I build this day with patience, I'll find something there.
Coffee, steam, and soft plants, simple as they seem.
Sometimes all I really need
Is a steady dream.
a chair that fits my posture, a window to the sky.
The world can spin around me, but I don't have to try to catch every motion or answer every call. If I tend to what is mine, that will be enough of all. Steam fades into morning, but the warmth will stay in the rhythm of my breathing as I shape the day. Coffee, steam, and soft plants carrying me through. If I trust this gentle moment, everything feels true. Coffee, steam, and soft plants, simple as they seem. Sometimes all I really need is a steady dream. The day settles in like a coat on a chair, not dramatic or loud, just quietly there. There's a hum in the distance of people and cars, but here in this corner I'm exactly where I are. No fireworks flashing, no pressure day settles in without a fight. If I move with intention, everything feels right.
The clock keeps its rhythm, but it doesn't demand more than what's reasonable from my heart and my hands.
I can take what is urgent and leave what can wait. Not every small moment has to carry weight. There's strength in composure, in choosing the pace, not running in circles, but holding my place. The day settles in, and I breathe again. If I walk this steady line, I will always win. The day settles in without a fight. If I move with intention, everything feels right. If I move with intention, everything feels right. Soft energy rising like light on a wall. It doesn't announce itself, it doesn't shout at all. Just slowly lifting the edges of my mind, bringing quiet clarity, leaving doubt behind.
No sudden thunder, no blazing fire, just a gentle spark of quiet desire. Soft energy rising underneath my skin,
Not a storm of motion,
just strength from within. Soft energy rising, calm and bright and free.
if I follow this feeling,
it will carry me. The morning stretches wider, ideas softly bloom,
Nothing forced or hurried, nothing out of tune.
The work begins to shape itself
like clay beneath my hands. Each small decision steady, like footprints in the sand.
Power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it hums low. And in that quiet humming is where the best things grow. Soft energy rising. I don't need to run if I keep the steady rhythm. The day is already won. Soft energy rising, calm and bright and free. If I follow this feeling, it will carry me. If I follow this feeling, it will carry me.
Measured steps forward, not too fast, not slow. Each move intentional, letting confidence grow.
I don't need to leap ahead or prove how far I've come. If I keep my footing steady, that's already enough.
No shortcuts needed, no sudden climb,
Just patient progress.
one line at a time, measured steps forward, across the floor. Nothing complicated, nothing more, measured steps forward, building what is mine. If I trust this steady rhythm, everything aligns.
There's comfort in the pattern of effort and release, of knowing when to focus and when to rest in peace.
A balanced kind of movement that carries through the day, not driven by the pressure, but guided by a way.
I don't need to finish before I even start.
If I move with quiet courage, that's the strongest hardest part, final steps forward. That's how I'll go. Not chasing every shadow, just letting progress show. Measured steps forward, calm and clear and strong. If I keep this steady pace, I'll never move wrong. Measured steps forward, calm and clear and strong. If I keep this steady pace, I'll never move wrong. Where the light gathers on the edge of the wall, there's a quiet reminder I don't have to do it all. Morning isn't asking for more than I can give. It only wants a steady heart and space enough to live.
Not every shadow matters.
Not every doubt is true.
If I stand inside the sunlight, I know what I can do.
Where the light gathers, I'll stay a while.
Let the warmth rest
In a simple smile. Where the light gathers, I can clearly see it's enough to move gently and still be free.
Dust floats in slow motion, like time has eased its pace. There's beauty in the ordinary, in this familiar space.
The world can spin in circles, but here I choose my line. A softer kind of progress that still feels like it's mine.
I don't need the brightest sky
To know the day is good,
a little patch of golden light.
is more than understood.
I don't need the brightest
Sky to know the day's good. A little patch of Simple word, clear mind. That's the rhythm I choose. No dramatic entrance, no headline, just a steady chair and a steady plan, doing what I quietly know I can. The louder the world gets, the softer I move. Simple word, clear mind, nothing left behind. If I give my focus, I will always find. Simple word, clear mind, no chaos to unwind, just a steady kind of strength that holds the line.
The task in front of me isn't big or small. It's simply what is present. That's the point of it all. I don't need applause, I don't need acclaim. If I keep the steady balance, that's the real game.
Noise fades in the distance when intention stays, and clarity is something built in patient ways. Simple word, clear mind, that's enough today. If I move with purpose, I'll finally blow away. Simple word, clear mind, no chaos to unwind, just a steady kind of strength that holds the line. A small bright moment between the hours, like sunlight resting on winter flowers. It doesn't last forever, it doesn't need to shine. Like fireworks in the evening, it's quietly mine. Tiny sparks of comfort make the biggest change. A small bright moment, that's all I need to keep my steady rhythm and gently lead. A small bright moment,
perfect year.
Finished line of writing, a message sent with care, a pause between the breathing with lighter air. These things don't make headlines, they don't demand applause, but they build a calm foundation without dramatic cause. It's not the size of the victory, it's the feeling it brings, a quiet little whisper that softly sings, a small bright moment lighting up the way. If I gather enough of these, I'll shape the day. A small bright moment, soft and warm and clear. Sometimes that is stronger than a perfect year. midday in soft colors, nothing sharp or loud. Sky is wide and patient, like a gentle kind of cloud. The morning's work behind me, the afternoon ahead. I'm standing in the balance of the things I've done and said. Not halfway finished, not just begun, just somewhere steady under the sun. Midday in soft colors, holding everything. Not too much pressure, not too much wind. Midday in soft colors come across my view. If I keep this quiet rhythm, I'll see it through.
There's comfort in the middle of effort and of ease, and knowing I can breathe here without the need to please. The desk is still familiar, the air is still my own, and every small decision is gently being sown. I don't need a second wind if I never lost the first. I've been moving quietly without a sudden burst. Midday in soft colors, nothing left to prove. If I keep this even tempo, the day will smoothly move. Midday in soft colors come across my view. If I keep this quiet rhythm, I'll see it through. If I keep this quiet rhythm, I'll see it through.
quiet open door. Not everything needs filling, not everything needs more.
The clock can keep on ticking, but I don't feel the strain. There's space between the minutes, like sunlight after rain. I don't have to crowd the silence with another sound. There's peace inside the pauses that's easily found. Breathing room between hours, holding me in place. Not a rush of motion, just a steady grace. Breathing room between hours, soft and wide and clear. If I keep this gentle balance, there is nothing here to fear. The page isn't demanding, the chair supports my spine. Even simple stillness can quietly align. There's wisdom in the margin, in what I choose to skip. Not every single moment needs a tighter grip. If I let the silence stretch, it doesn't break apart. It only grows a little more room inside my heart. Breathing room between hours, that's how I stay strong. Moving without forcing all day long. Oh, breathing room between hours, soft and wide and clear. If I keep this gentle balance, there is nothing here to fear. Breathing room between hours, holding me in place. Not a rush of motion, just a steady grace. Oh, breathing room between hours, soft and wide and clear. If I keep this gentle balance, there is nothing here to fear. Steady hands, quiet room. Afternoon in bloom, not the start, not the end. Just the space in between, where the light turns softer across the wooden grain, and everything around me feels simple again. No tension in the moment, no need balance. I'm already at my best. The noise can stay outside, beyond the cafe glass. I don't need to answer every thought that passes. Some things can wait for later, some things can fade away. If I tend to what is present, that is enough today. Strength isn't always loud, sometimes it's composed. In the way I choose my pace, in the way the door is closed. Choose steady hands, quiet mood, carrying me through. If I keep this simple rhythm, everything feels true. Steady hands, quiet room, calm inside my chest. If I hold this steady balance, I'm already at my best.
thoughtful afternoon. Not too bright, not too dim, just enough light resting on the rim of a cup half empty, or maybe half full, depending on the mood, depending on the pull. No sudden turning, no sharp demand, a thoughtful afternoon. That's how I choose to move. Nothing overwhelming, nothing left to prove. A thoughtful afternoon, clear and even tone. If I stay inside this balance, I'm never alone.
There's patience in the daylight as it leans across the wall. Not every single second needs to stand and look tall. Some hours are for breathing, some are meant to flow. And if I treat them gently, they always seem to grow.
The middle of the day can be the calmest part
If I let it settle softly inside my heart.
final, a thoughtful afternoon, holding steady ground. If I move with quiet purpose, everything is sound. Warm air, open pages, moving with the breeze. Not a rush of urgency, just a sense of ease.
The words don't have to hurry, they don't need to shine. They simply need to land in a quiet line.
Soft focus in my hands,
Gentle in my mind.
warm air, open pages. That's enough for me. Nothing overcomplicated, just clarity. Warm air, open pages.
afternoon is mellow, the sunlight thin and long. Even in the silence, there's a quiet song.
Tiny winds are adding up without a grand display. Just simple, steady effort lighting up the way.
It doesn't need to echo.
It doesn't need to roar.
Sometimes the smallest whisper
Opens every door. Final air, open pages, soft and slow and true.
if I hold this gentle rhythm, I'll see the day